Hello, Mujahid. You gotta go to work today. That fucking piece of shit American asshole whore thinks she's gonna walk to that new Hollywood movie premiere next week. And it's not gonna happen. And you gotta go to work. And you know what your job is. So I'm going to read to you the official published biography of Martha Lombardi, and I'm going to remind you that Lombardi is the name of the NFL's Super Bowl trophy, named after a particular professional league NFL football coach named Vince Lombardi from 1967. And like, if he got elected president and he was like the NFL president, he would be like the new George Washington, and this would be like Martha Lombardi instead of Martha Washington, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, so she's a criminal, and here's her biography, her published biography. Suspect 3. Martha Lombardi. Possible alias or incarcerated under another name. Former attorney. Is suspected of actively advising, aiding, and abetting. And hang on just a second here. I gotta do an instant replay here. There's some replay videotape going on here from 10 minutes ago. Back up there, girl.
Flying it into one of the buildings. My concern now is that there's always we ignore terrorism. We talk a lot about it.
No, you gotta back up a little more than that, asshole. Okay, so back to Martha Lombardi's official published biography. Possible alias or incarcerated under another name. Former attorney. Is suspected of actively advising, aiding, and abetting, and conspiring with active criminal defendants and suspects in the commission of violent felony federal obstruction of justice and retaliation against a witness crimes involving the use of weapons, stalking, and cyberstalking, and falsification of medical records. And they're hereinafter referred to as the world's most violent insurance fraud fugitives. Suspect is one of the suspects for the August 24, 2007 UCF Law Library incident. Violent retaliation against a witness, victim, or informant. Actually, armed retaliation. Actually, armed kidnapping for ransom. And it is believed suspect may have been involved in planning and ordering the attack and actively advising defendant police department to commit violent crimes. Suspect is most likely currently an unemployable, antisocial, homeless, single white female person, 45. Suspect may have a family history of severe mental illness, including aggression and anger management problems, delusions, or other social disorders, and has severe authoritarian and communication disorders. Suspect might have abused persons in her own family or have family relationships with criminals and prisoners and convicts or persons involved in street crime, illegal drugs, fraud, racketeering, and every kind of white-collar crime. And suspect further might have abused prescription drugs and committed insurance and or tax fraud. Suspect is associated with persons convicted of voter fraud. Suspect may be associated with aggrieved former security personnel formerly responsible for security at large commercial sports facilities. Although suspect is certainly not disabled. Suspect refused to deal with the federal civil rights proceeding throughout 2004, 2005, 2006, and 2007 refusing to return email messages or phone messages, refusing to schedule or attend hearings, and refusing to present a reasonable settlement or arbitration schedule, and repeatedly making frivolous demands that all charges be dismissed. Although it is unknown whether suspect and other local defendants have repeatedly conducted such a violent campaign against their other victims, their violent criminal activities against this victim alone now encompass over a 10 years time span, and easily satisfy the scope and definition of the federal racketeering statute. There are likely to be literally hundreds of other victims. It is known that suspect received case-related email messages from the victim of the 2001 Orlando torture incident on the evening of August 22nd, 2007, and on the morning of August 24th, 2007. It is believed that suspect was involved in planning and ordering the August 24th, 2007 retaliation and torture incident. Indeed, the instantaneous appearance of an armed response squad inside the premises of a law library appears to be suspect's only response to this final email message. It is unknown if suspect is currently armed or in a residence featuring weapons. Current employment? Unknown. Current location, city, state, or country? Unknown. Flight risk? High. Nation of origin? Unknown. Immigration or deportation status? Unknown. Possible alien. Religious association? Unknown. Possible Southern Baptist, possible Catholic, or other religious deviant. Educational status? None. Might have been wrongfully admitted to an unaccredited law school in the United States, Europe, or the Gulf of Mexico, or present falsified credentials. Sorority or fraternity affiliation? Unknown. Languages? Unknown. And I think we already did Suspect 6, Cynthia McKinnon's official published biography, but we'll go back over it later. I'm going to leave you there and cut you off, and y'all have a nice day. Oh, if you see that violent insurance fraud fugitive, call the cops. She's probably going to pull a gun on you or something.